Joy Gurudev. I hope you all have, given your reply on the group about how Hanumanji was able to, how Hanumanji is able to give 8 great supernatural powers and 9 types of greatest happiness to people. How is it possible for him, and why does he want to give? If you have yet not given your reply, give. We are continuing with this topic. Today we are talking about Masendriya Nath and Siddhis. Nath Sampradaya. If you do not talk about Siddhis when we are talking about Nath Sampradaya, then it's of no use. No one has, received the Siddhis like the Aghoris, the Naths, the Chalis. They are the best. So what happens is that in the Nath Sampradaya, there have been beautiful, powerful people. Masendriya Nath was traveling one day, and he went to a village, and a lady said that, I am very old to conceive a child, and I want to conceive a child. I don't have a child. Masendriya Nath was going through that village, and he was saying that if someone can feed me, I can give you blessings of whatever you desire, whatever, wealth, kids, whatever. The lady said, you can come and eat, but you cannot give me a, blessing, because my age has gone, my husband is old, I am old, and I cannot conceive a child. So he said, please don't, disregard the powers of our Sampradaya. I never say false things. You will get a child. He gave a prasad to her. He said, you eat this after doing so and so on a Purnima night. So the woman was very happy. And he said that all these things are very secret. You don't have to tell it to anyone. So on the Purnima night, one of the neighbors came and asked her, what are you doing? So she said, this saint had come and he has given me this, and I am going to conceive a child now. I will be like you all. So she said, are you crazy? You don't know this Nath people. They are all into black magic and all this. Don't eat it. Throw it. And she went and threw it outside the village, where they gather all the non-recyclable, wet waste. Each village had a place where they would collect wet waste, and there they would keep dumping this waste, and then they would collect it from the bottom. It would have become a manure, and they would use it in their farm. So she went and threw it over there. So after a few years, Masendriya Nath came again. And when Masendriya Nath came, he went to that woman and he said, I'm back, do you remember me? She said, yes. He said, where is the child? I want to give him blessings, bring him out. So she was scared and ashamed. She said, I'm sorry, but I didn't conceive any child. He said, it's impossible. Did you eat that thing that I gave it to you? She said, yes, I had that thing. I did not have that thing on Purnima. I threw it. And Masendriya Nath was so angry. He said, now let's go. Show me where you have found it. You have thrown it. And she said, before many years I have thrown it over here, and upon it there is a pile of other waste which has come up. And he was so angry. He called the villagers and he said, I'm going to destroy your whole village. You get out my child from this lump of dust. And he had come after 10 years. So they started digging. So the waste of 10 years was removed. And as the waste was getting removed from inside, they heard a child crying, "Guru, help me, Guru, save me, I'm pressed under this waste. Guru, help me, get me out of this." They got out the child, and there they used to also throw cow dung and cow waste. So that child which came out, he came out from the cow dung, and so he was known as Nath. The waste of cow took care of him, and they got him out. This is Ishishta Siddhi. The Siddhi, like God, you can give birth, you can create anything you want, you can manifest anything you want. After that, the woman said, "I'm really sorry, you keep the child." He said, "No way, I'm not going to keep this child with you. God has not given you a child because you don't deserve it. The way you have insulted the prasad that I have given you, and the way my child has suffered for 9 long years under this garbage, I'm not going to give you this child. You have really given pain to me and my child." He took the child and he went. He started training the child. Now kids are kids, they love playing. So he went to another village where Nath was at that moment practicing the Vakra Mahasanjivani Vidya. And while doing the Mahasanjivani Vidya, he saw the kids, small kids, playing. And they were making dolls, and the doll was not getting a proper shape by them. In olden days, you wouldn't go to a shop and buy, toys for the kids. You would only get, toys made from soil. And Nath was telling them, I will make a doll for you. Gorakhnath was a small child. He was meditating over there, and he saw the kids, and kids couldn't make a doll. So Gorakhnath said, they came and they said, "Hey kid, can you make it for us?" So Gorakhnath said, "What kind of kids you are? You don't know how to make a doll? Give it to me." And while sitting on his ass and chanting the Mahasanjivani Vidya mantra, he started making a doll for them. And his guru had gone begging for food for both of them. So when this guy was making the doll and chanting the Mahasanjivani Vidya mantra, the doll came to life. The doll became a child. And these kids, they got scared, and they ran to the village. They were playing near the river, making toys out of the soil and water. They said, "There is a ghost, there is a ghost." So the villagers asked them, "What is it? Where is the ghost?" They said, "The boy who is sitting near the river, he knows some magic. He converted the doll into a child, a newborn infant child." And so the villagers took the sticks and they said, "Let's beat and get this boy out of the village." But luckily, Nath heard it, and when Nath ran and he said, "Wait, this is my boy." And he said, because of his doing Mahasanjivani Vidya, this doll has come to life. He said, "Is there a woman in this village who does not have a child and wishes to have a child only for few years?" So a woman was there. So Nath gave this child to that woman, that you take care of this child. This is our child, and we will come back to take him. And this guy, Gorakhnath, was made the guru of this child. Masindranath said that this will be your child, like you are my child. This is your child. You are his guru, you are his parents, and you will take care of him. Later on, that child was also a Nath who was a disciple of Gorakhnath. There are many stories where Masindranath got out of his body and took up a new body. So this is Ishishta Siddhi that we have spoken of. Ishishta Siddhi means the supernatural power to manifest like Ishwar, like God. Ishishta Siddhi. And there are endless stories about the Naths, about Ishishta Siddhi. In also Ramayana, you have stories of Angad, who is this kid of Bali. He went to the court of Ravan second time, talking about the peace treaty that give back us the Sita, and we will not announce a war on him. So Ravan did not give him a seat to sit. So he made a higher seat than Ravan by his tail, by coiling his tail, and sat on that tail. And then he said that you are talking about defeating Rama, I'm putting my foot ahead. He put his foot ahead and he said, if there is anyone powerful in your court who can shake my leg, then I will believe that you can, you are capable of even calling a war on Rama. So Angad put his foot, and everyone in the court tried, but no one could shake his leg. This is the Stambhan Siddhi, being still or being heavy. Stambhan Siddhi is becoming heavy, becoming still, or becoming to stop. He stopped his leg from moving from that space. He made his tail very big. So these are the powers which were there, and you cannot just imagine anything out of the blue. There might have been some powers like this, out of which these concepts, these ideas have come to the people, or these powers were actually seen by the olden people, which are always possible if we have time to really work and do sadhana on them. Okay, so we are waiting for your reply on why Hanuman wants to give, and how is it possible for Hanuman to give 8 siddhis and no nidhis. Okay, see you tomorrow. Aum Tatsat.